But how do you think, I guess, just to go into more talking about the investing side of things, how do you think like things like Robinhood, as you talked about it a little bit already, will continue to affect the industry? Because Robinhood democratized investing, but then there's also the other side where people say that Robinhood made investing more like a gambling platform more than investing. So do you think that's um a fair thing to say about Robinhood, or was it just that people are not happy that they don't have all these restrictions in place anymore for the little guy to be able to invest anymore?
No, I mean, I think it's great that people are investing, but I think there's a big difference between trading and investing.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that the problem with Robinhood's business model is that they want you to trade. They don't want you to do the right thing, which is buy a boring ETF on the S&P 500
Mm-hmm.
and then keep it for 20 years. So that they don't want, because how would they get paid? So the problem is when the business model is turned to, they need volume rather than, you look at an asset manager, what they want is for your money to grow, because then they charge
Higher
you
fees.
money based on the amount that you hold with them. And this is a business model where it's much more aligned to your best interest, because if you invest in something that grows over time, then it's great for them, they get paid more.
Mm-hmm.
But the problem, yeah, with Robinhood, because if you do free trading, then you need to get paid elsewhere, and then they get paid for the flow, and which means that they need quite decent volume to do that. But I mean, overall, I think it's great that people invest, and people should invest more actually. But
Yeah.
like really invest, like I have this amount of money, I'm gonna put this amount in that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep cash because I need cash, but I'm gonna keep like just a reasonable amount
Mm-hmm.
because the inflation is just shopping it.
Yeah.
So, but people need to invest more. So I think this is absolutely the right thing to do.
Yeah.
It just, I think, maybe um, that's the problem, is that Robinhood is always gonna incentivize you to kind of do lots of trades, buy options, like buy
Yeah.
complicated stuff that you don't understand.
That is
So
definitely true.
Warren Buffett would tell you don't buy it because you don't know how it works, right?
Yeah.
And I've worked in equity derivatives when I've done an internship when I was in business school, and the products can be very complicated, and the thing is, it's not really about the value of the company. There are so many, when you start to be leveraged or you start to have like complicated product, so many things can happen that will wipe you out. Volatility, like on one day, whereas if you invest for a long term, I mean, who cares if there is volatility? You're not going to be.
Yeah.
It's not a problem because you take a longer view. So.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I think like what we see as well is robo advisors. So
Mm-hmm.
that's for me, it's great, because then you have no excuse if you're not investing, because you don't even have to worry about it. You just
Yep.
say, I'll put like $200
Every
a
month.
month, and
Mm-hmm.
then you decide what happened, and it's automatic, and you don't even need to understand what's happening, because it is smart.
Yeah.
So then people have no excuses not to invest anymore. It's
Yeah.
cheap, and you don't need to I mean, it's great if you want to understand it, but you don't need to understand it.
Yeah. So I guess that's a good question. Now that we're seeing more advisors, do you think there will still be space in the industry for actual personal advisors or financial advisors or asset managers moving into the future? Or is that just going to be one of those things where it's like, why do I need to go hire a financial advisor when I can just set this thing up and just let it run for me as I move and grow older? So do you think there's still going to be space for personal and financial advisors?
Yeah, no, that's a good thing. Remark is that we've seen this happening a lot in trading, where you used to have a lot of traders, a lot of brokers, and now with high frequency trading and all that. Most of the volume is actually automated. And yeah, I mean, the thing is that the reality is that actively managed funds tend to underperform the market and over the long run.
Yeah.
Because the market is not very rational, so you can try to do your best. Sometimes it's just, I don't know, a company is going to blow up because there is a scandal or whatever. So it's hard to choose. So I think there will be less investment managers. There might be a few, like the same. There's still a few traders, but there will definitely be less. There will still be personal advisors, in the sense helping you, taking a broad view, like, you have this much money, you should put that amount in real estate, that amount in stocks, that amount. This makes sense. I mean, like, really advising you on your personal finance. But stock pickers, actively managed funds, I don't think that they will, because you will always be beaten by a computer, because there's a computer. If you build a program in a way that is, you say, you need to be good at that, it will be better than you.
That's facts.
That's the reality, right?
That's definitely true.
I think that's why you had lots of traders before, because the computers were not up to the game, but now they are, and it's obvious that the computer is better. And also, I mean, these days with not actively managed funds, so you buy an ETF on the S&P 500. Thing is, the risk is much less than if you're trying to pick the right companies, and over time, to be honest, as a whole, like, you're more likely to make money by just taking these broad views.
Yeah, that's definitely true. So now let's talk about, I guess, the new technology, or the new shiny object in the room, which is cryptocurrency and blockchain. But first, let's just talk about. I hope you enjoyed that little snippet of the Rambling Mind podcast. If you want more of the Rambling Mind podcast, or if you want to listen to the whole episode that you just heard, go check it out on any podcast listening platform, whether that be Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Breaker, Stitcher. I could go on, but you guys already know which podcast you love to use to listen to. So go check it out. Link down in the description as well. I'm going to catch y'all later. Peace.